For me, it's the energy of the old place. Pure ebullience, galvanic energy, coursing provinces of the living. Oh, I didn't know how much I needed to be back. How much Winston needed me back here. But someone from the old guard has to hold down the fort, you know? Because there's still real work to be done. And that's where you come in. The phone isn't ringing off the hook right now, which is a blessing and a curse. What's good for business is a bad omen for everything else. But if it were up to me, I'd still be in the thick of it. But it's time for a new generation. And that's you. You have the chance to peek behind the capricious veil of life itself and see firsthand what exists on the other side. So don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Well, slimy, really. And yes, that might mean having to pick up a book or two. What people don't know about the Ghostbusters could fill 10 encyclopedias. And before you even ask, yeah, I've thought about it. Been approached by some very interested parties, which isn't saying much. Every hack and wannabe with a laptop can be published today, whether they know the science or not. And trust me, they don't.
Ray?
Go ahead, this is Ray.
Is there someone there with you? Let me guess. The new recruit is there with you? Ray, you gotta let them get to work. All trainees report directly to the firehouse, remember? Over.
Well, that's our time. Good talk. Off you go to meet Kat. Welcome to the team. And don't worry, I'll be in touch.
I'm so glad the Ghostbusters are back.
Back for you, maybe, but for me, they never left. I mean, sure, some people left. And for a while, it was just me, and a phone that never rang. But not anymore. Things are heating up around here, and that's why we need help. Enthusiastic young minds, ready to face all of the otherworldly apparitions materializing in this plane of existence. I've always felt that the Ghostbusters are an invaluable societal resource, like teachers, doctors, or custodial workers. I'm so excited to see our team growing. The things you'll experience here will be like nothing you've ever seen before. We may not be able to offer you a 401k or health insurance, but when you're older like me, when you think back, you wouldn't trade anything in this job for the world.
No, of course it's not that.
Then what is it?
It's...
Look, I know you trust me, but you've got to take your hands off the wheel. And speaking of Ray, based on the fact that you're 15 minutes late for your orientation, I'll assume you've already met him. He has a tendency to get worked up and can forget that we have an onboarding process for a reason.
Love Ray like a brother, but he needs to get out more.
Allow me to introduce the head honcho, Winston Zedmore.
Welcome, kid. Happy to have you on the team. I may sign the checks, but don't go around calling me boss. If you have any questions, don't ask me. Call Kat.
That's me. I run operations here. You and the other busters will get your jobs dispatched from me. Any trouble in the firehouse or the field, you come to me. Got it? Oh, and before you go, grab that radio off my desk. Okay, no time to waste, so let's get moving. First up, your jumpsuit, which you'll find in the closet. Pretty self-explanatory what that is. If it isn't, we've got problems. Head-to-toe meta-aramid polymer isn't the style for everyone, but I'm sure you'll find a way to make it your own. Keep your frequency tuned. I'll stay in contact. Now go ahead and suit up. Cat, you decent? Come meet me in the alley. Target practice. Well, look at you! How do you feel?
Ready to roll.
That's what we like to hear. Go ahead and pick up that proton pack. Sorry, it's the... Not to worry though, the base tech is solid. That being said, we have some fun new modifications in the works. Winston's got a tech guy upstairs. Use it. First up, the particle thrower. You had the toy when you were a kid, like I did. You can imagine the real thing has some actual kick to it. And don't forget, that pack's gonna overheat if you sustain fire long enough. So make sure you vent before you enter overheated cooldown. Venting good work. All right, let's try some tethering. The ghost will try to escape the tether by pulling against your pull direction. When you see the tether getting damaged, pull in a different direction to counteract. Already hooking them like a pro. Once you've got tethering down, the next part is the trap. Try deploying the trap first, and then you'll learn how to activate it. Deploy, nice! Now to open or close the trap, you need to be in range of the pedal. Once it's open, pull the ghost into the field of the trap until it starts to get sucked in. The ghost can still escape, even when it's in the final pull field. So keep an eye on them until the trap is completely closed. And make sure to monitor the trap's battery, because the charge can drop fast when the trap is deployed and open. When you need to retrieve the trap, look down at the pedal or approach the trap itself. Once you've retrieved it, the trap battery will begin recharging. That's how you trap a ghost. Well done. Not many can pull this off on their first day. You've got skill. Now do it 40 more times.
Come in, Cat.
Hey, boss. What's up?
Keep it down out there. The neighbors are starting to complain. Again.
All right. We could always just move on to using the PKE meter. Take it inside?
Perfect. You got one down there?
Sure do. Right here.
Eddie can walk you through it. I don't know it. Eddie, are you on this channel? Eddie?
This is the only channel you give me access to.
Yeah, and for good reason. Listen, we got a new recruit that needs some pointers with the PKE meter. Walk them through it. Maybe give our kind and understanding New York neighbors a break.
I would, but I'm a little busy right now. All right, if you pass your entrance test, this device should pretty much be second nature to you. The psychokinetic energy meter is one of the oldest and most valuable devices in the Ghostbusters arsenal. I wish I could take credit for its invention, but predates even me, somehow.
Standard ghost tracker.
Bingo! Instead of further lecturing you on scientific breakthroughs, why don't I just show you? There. Do you see how it's responding? The PKE meter becomes more active based on the direction of the signal. When you're right on top of a paranormal entity, you'll know it. It's picking up on the metaphysical energy that empowers not only ghosts, but tons of other negatively charged objects. When the PKE picks up the metaphysical energy of ghosts and objects, it'll light up and make a bunch of noise. The screen displays a pattern depending on the type of signal being tracked. A cascading dot pattern means it's ecto energy, whereas an ascending dot pattern indicates a ghost drift. The sidearms will raise and lower depending on whether you're pointing it at the signal or not. The main screen and light elements will not illuminate if a signal is not present, so move around until you hit something. That's it! Congratulations! Is a chance you may not die on the first job.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Is that what it was? A toddler without a frighteningly advanced piece of technology could have found that one. Dare I say you're actually pretty good at this? Hurry up and find the last item so we can both move on to the fun part of this job. That's all of them. Good thing I wasn't timing you. My watch battery would have died.
You're the office funny guy then, huh?
I've been told that people warm up to me. Okay. You can bring the PKE to the lab now. I think I just feel better knowing I checked it myself.
So, how was that experience?
Congratulations. You have soared up the rankings of my favorite coworkers.
Good. I'll need that head start as I continue to boss you around.
Never thought I'd be back in this place. But it feels, well, it feels right. I'm sure some folks are surprised that I'm the one running the place now. In which case, they weren't paying attention.
Hello. Quick, hand it over.
This place is wild.
Jungles are wild. Chaotic flora growing in all directions with reckless abandon. Everything you see here is exactly as I intended it to be. And if you forget, you're as good as a gazelle in a lion's den. Dead. You're dead.
Yikes.
I bet you're wondering why we're not using the more advanced gigameters, huh? That's the never-ending struggle between science and budget constraints. Looks like everything is calibrated and ready to go. Okay, now that the minutia is out of the way, let's get into the good stuff. I don't think that they just keep me around to calibrate supernatural dowsing rods for rookies, do you? Wait, I just realized that probably no one introduced me. Kat, could you introduce me?
Absolutely not.
Hello, I'm Dr. Edmund Chan, but you'll call me Eddie, because everyone does, and it's what I prefer.
It's nice to meet you, Eddie.
Not knowing a single thing about you, I'm gonna refrain from saying likewise. No offense.
None taken?
As you might have inferred, I run the lab here at Ghostbusters HQ. That means research and development, full technological oversight, and the occasional new recruit instruction. If you have any questions about any of your equipment, I'm the one to ask. Only me. Don't talk to anyone else. They don't know anything. Like that cyclotron on your back. I bet you didn't realize that it could be upgraded. Enhanced power coils, frictionless ionizers, you get the idea. Tons of things that you'll use every day out there on the job. Mopping up ectoplasm, heralded as a hero.
Are you okay?
The point is, bring me your gear and I'll make it better. Got it? Good. Looks like that's your cue.
Gonna have to cut your orientation short. We've got a job and I need you on it ASAP.
I'd wish you luck, except I don't believe in logical fallacies.
Deploying the trap! Right over there! Just a bit longer! Need a minute to cool down!
What was that?
You're lucky. I usually...
Really?
Between you and me,
Thanks.
you're lucky. I usually don't get out of bed for anything less than a Class 4 haunting. You know what they say about fear? It's just false evidence appearing real. Between you and me, I barely... This is nothing but
Thanks
your
for getting
run-of-the-mill,
up to it.
everyday, supernatural occurrence.
There's definitely something going on
Between you
here.
and me, I'd barely call this a Class 1 haunting. You know what they say about fear? It's just false evidence appearing real. You're lucky. I usually don't get out of bed for anything less than a Class 4 haunting.
Are you picking
Don't
up
be
stuff?
scared.
Are
It's
we
true.
gonna
The
die?
job is high risk. But you wouldn't believe the dental plan.
Okay. Don't work yourself out.
Between you and me, I'd barely call this a Class 1 haunting.
Do you mean
This is nothing but
Never
your run-of-the-mill, everyday... You're lucky.
relieved to hear
I
it.
usually don't get out of bed for anything
Kind
less
of.
than a Class 4 haunting.
Do
You know
you
what they
mean-
say about fear?
Never
It's just
mind.
false evidence of... Between you and me, I'd
thanks.
barely call this a Class 1
Yes.
haunting. You're lucky. I usually don't get out of bed for anything less than a Class 4 haunting. Between you and me, I'd barely call this a Class 1 haunting. Stand back! It's true. The
gonna
job is
die?
high risk. But you wouldn't believe the dental plan. Help has arrived. Very funny.
it will?
Help has arrived.
Oh, it will.
Very funny. This is nothing but your run-of-the-mill, everyday, supernatural.
Thanks
Between you
for
and me,
getting up
I'd
today.
barely call this a Class 1 haunting. You know what they say about fear? It's just false evidence appearing real.
Well, thanks. Okay, just relax.
your head down, cover your ears, and hum softly to yourself. Figuratively speaking.
Thank you.
Yes.
I need to stop freaking myself out.
I'm not
You're
too
lucky.
sure about this
I
place.
usually don't get out of bed for anything less than a Class 4 haunting.
Relieved to hear it. Kind of. Oh, good. Just had a moment.
We've got a floater!
follow some simple rules and we'll get along just fine. My lab is off limits. My equipment is off limits. I am off limits. And if there's a problem, who you gonna call? Spoiler, the answer's Cat. Call Cat. Leave me alone.
I bet you're wondering why you're one of the few people here. This firehouse is a work in progress, but it's our HQ. This place is special, and I really want it to be the jewel in the crown of our team. No pressure, though. We're a team, working together to watch each other's backs. That's how I learned to be successful, and I learned it right here. Don't sweat it if it feels like sometimes you're the only one around. We'll never send you into the field alone.
I'm a huge fan. That's pretty obvious. But I'm not here just because I'm a fan. I'm here because I know the history, I know the haunts, and I know the business inside and out. That being said, being a fan sure does help.
I bet you're wondering why this place isn't packed with customers. Well, let's just say it's a pursuit of passion. Of course, Winston's been an invaluable source of funding, but I'd rather most of the stuff be here, where we can keep an eye on it, than out there, where it could cause trouble. Check in with me later, though. I've got something scheduled to arrive that will blow your combat boots off. Actually, where did I write that tracking number down? Every time I hear that alarm go off, I still get chills. The thrill of stumbling across a fully active ethereospatial rift in the basement of an abandoned department store can't be beat. Even now, I'm amazed to be standing here. But did a small part of me deep down know that someday we would be? You bet your butt I did. Good timing. I just got off a call with Venkman. Our correspondence has been a little sparse since he retired from academia. Since then, he's adopted a slower pace of life in upstate New York with Dana. But still, every once in a while, Pete will dig through his private collection and send me the occasional hexed or desecrated item that people give him. And let me tell you, when that stuff comes in, it feels like Christmas.
I'll take that. Oops, thanks very much. I'll take that.
Tournament coming! Okay.
Can't hold on much longer! I'm about to overheat!
That was getting a bit hot for my liking.
Got the ghost. Now tackle those remaining rifts so he can't come back.
Ghost! Ghost! Stand back!
Get me out of here!
Overheat!
Causing to avoid the
Rip down. Keep up the good work.
This looks interesting.
overheat in my pants!
It's nothing but your run-of-the-mill, everyday supernatural occurrence.
Thanks for.
I'll take that.
How's it going?
On it!
Tether's broken. Ghost got away.
Ah, come on!
going on out there? You're about to be toast.
This looks interesting.
Watch out. That place is getting more haunted by the minute.
Go spotted! This way! Bombs away! Wrigley, sucker! I got him! What the heck?
The ghosts are taking over the place. Get things under
Listen,
control.
this is what I
and
do.
fast.
Find the ghoul and make
Tell
it
me
drool.
you've got-
Thanks.
Don't be silly. It's fine.
I'll take that.
Ghost got the better of you. Report back to the firehouse.